Okay, good afternoon, everybody. And what are we going to talk about this afternoon? I'd say coffee and questions as usual, but it's not morning, it's in the afternoon. And so today I had to go out and I had to get myself some compressor oil. And I had remembered when I was back at Harbor Freight with a friend of mine about a week ago when they were having that 30% off sale, I wanted to pick up some of this pneumatic oil. I didn't do it at the time because I know that not all oil is alike. And I wanted to read the reviews on this and get a feel for if this oil was even any good at all. So I kind of passed it over when I was out there and I thought, look, any day of the week I can get it at 20% off. So let me come home, let me take a look at this, do an in-depth review on it, and then I'll decide on whether or not I really want to get this and use it on my air tools or in my compressor. So, like I always say, no long intros. Let's switch over. Let's do coffee and questions. Okay, so I'm back just to showing you the picture of the $1.88 bottle. And what I can tell you is it does not come with an MSDS. I was reading online where somebody, I guess, has a commercial application. They need to have that on file, and they don't. And they had to write to see if they could get one. And I don't know if they ever got one, but I'm not in a commercial environment, so the oil is more than satisfactory for me. This oil works great, and especially for the cost. And if you look at it, it's $1.88 less 20%. That's $1.50 plus tax. I mean, look, you can't go wrong with that. Next time you're out there, I mean, this is great for your pneumatic tools, your compressor. And actually, I put some because it was so cheap. I bought a couple of bottles of it, and I just use it for generally oiling tools and a lot of other things. And we'll get into that in a minute. But it's an all-around just good oil, and it does not get sticky. So those are some pluses, and the reason why at this price point I just went ahead and got them. Let's look at the questions. Can't I just use WD-40 on air tools? No, that's not something I would do. WD-40, it's not a lubricant for air tools. I mean, it loosens up sticky, like stick components and stuff like that. But there's no longevity in the lubricating factors itself. So no, I definitely would not, I wouldn't use it for that, really. So just my 2 cents. Next question. Move on to the next question. Go back through my video list. You'll see where I did a whole thing on WD-40, who made it, why they made it, what they made it for. And the truth of the matter is they have some lubricating properties, but it was never designed to be a lubricant to begin with. So go back and check out the video. Anyway, let's move on. No, I just said, I mean, yeah, I use it on pneumatic tools, but I use it on a lot of other things. I've got like a small oil can. It's small out in the garage. Sits on the workbench. I mean, if I've got like ratcheting wrenches and stuff like that, if I'm done using them, I mean, I lube them up and I wipe them off, with, I've got like a grease rag or whatever. I keep all my tools as clean as I can. I mean, and this comes in real handy for just, lubricating them. Yeah, this is there any other reason why you think it would be a good deal? Well, try pricing it out at your big box stores. I bought Cobalt compressor, tool oil. I mean, same as like is in the picture, but it's made by Cobalt. I probably played 3 or 4 times what you're seeing here in the picture. So if you don't think that that's bad enough, I can guarantee you buying it off a tool truck where you work is probably 5, 6 times that. And it's not that there's better oil, it's really not. So I think once you try this for the price, you can buy 6 bottles of it, in comparison to what you would pay off of a tool truck. If I don't have an inline like oil filter system, how can I use this? Well, all you have to do is about every, think in your mind about every 1 hour of use or every 45 minutes, just put a couple of drops in through the butt end of the air tool like the one you see here in the picture, and you're going to be fine. I don't have, a setup like an oil bath or anything like that either. I just simply a few drops in through the back of the air tool. It's fine. You won't burn it out if you do it like that. If you're going to be using them all the time, buy yourself an inline oiler. You can do them cheaply from Harbor Freight or even off Amazon or, I don't know, anywhere. And then, you can set up that kind of operation if you're using them all the time. But it's not like I have a mechanic shop or anything like that, so I don't need to worry about it. Now, everybody complains about this bottle that you see here in the picture. The lid on it sucks. It doesn't, it's just no good. I have all these problems with it, blah, 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 blah. That bottle of Cobalt that I just told you about, when I was out, I didn't throw it away right away. When I came home with this after reading the reviews, I just took this bottle and dumped it in that one. Now there is another way, which was real interesting. I pulled this off of the web. I'm going to change a picture. I'm going to show you what somebody else did. And all they did was use a piece of fuel line. Give me one sec. Okay, I went ahead and cut and pasted this off of the web. I think that this is slick as heck. You took a piece of fuel line and it fits over the top of this little pneumatic oil bottle here, nice and tight. And then he just hooks it to the back of the fitting on his air tool. And he's able just to give it a little squirt or a little pump and he's done. And then there's no more complaints, about the lid on this. So, either way, you can make it work. I would not let that stop me from buying the oil just because everybody's complaining about the lid on it, though. Can I tell you about some other uses for it? If I clean up my drill press bed, and it's like that cast material, I get it real clean. I just put a coat of this over it and kind of rub it in a little bit, and it keeps it from rusting. And I do the same thing for my bandsaw bed. I do the same thing on the ways of my lathe. It keeps everything rust-free. It keeps stuff from sticking on it. But you can use it on hand tools, nailers, die grinders, air ratchets, shears, rivet guns, on and on and on and on. And like I said, it's just kind of a nice little all-around oil. But I primarily bought it, for my air tools. And it works good on keeping your torque wrenches in good shape too. I've got a torque wrench. I don't use it as often as a mechanic or anybody, but like I said, I use it on all of my hand tools also that I can. Yeah, well, because the thing is why would I buy more than one bottle? Well, I just kind of explained it in kind of a half-ass way. I bought it because it primarily was going to use it for, my pneumatic tools, but then I started thinking, there were a lot of other things, in my garage with my tools and stuff I can use it for. And like I said, for $1.50 a bottle with a coupon, I picked up a couple of bottles. One I keep over by my compressor, and I kind of consider it dedicated to the compressor and to the air tools. The other one, like I said, I put in a different container, and I just use it as an all-around general purpose kind of an oil for gardening shears to ratcheting wrenches, whatever. And for the price, it does wonders for me in terms of cost savings as well as keeping my tools in good condition. So best answer I can give you. Regarding pricing, I can answer your question another way. Let me change the picture real quick. I'll show you what I mean. Now, I want you to take a look at this 32 fluid ounce jug of it and compare that to what you would pay for off of a tool truck or pretty much anywhere else. This is probably your better value considering you're going to get, a heck of a lot more, especially if you're like me and you're going to be using it in your garage and around your shop. You're better off buying this. I did not do that this first time around, but I will the next time around, because if you stop and think about it for just a second, you can figure, well, compare it to any of these other prices at $6.99 less 20%. You're down to $5.60 roughly, $5.59, $5.60. I can guarantee you the value is incredible at that point. Well worth buying. All right, let me change the picture. I want to show you something on the reviews, which is even further proof of what a great value this really is. Okay, I superimposed it on the upper right. Let's take a look at this. Look at the 5-star, 4-star, and I even count in 3-star a lot of times. And I don't see any 0 1-stars. See a couple of 2 stars, 2 of them. Overall, what is it? It's 99% of all of these people recommend this oil. So I'm sitting there thinking, okay, hey, it's damn well worth a try at $1.50 a bottle. I'm impressed enough with it to where if I go out there again as I run low, I'll pick up, the much larger 32 ounce. So all in all, damn good value, damn good price. Put this on your list. You should definitely get some if you say, hey, I don't use it, for any air wrenches and ratchets and stuff. Fine. For $1.50, pick it up. Use it at home just for a general oil out in your garage. You're not going to be disappointed, I guarantee you. This is fantastic stuff. It's a hell of a cost savings. It really is. Question, where is it made? It's made in America. There's another big point for those of you that love to buy American. It's made right here in America. There's one other thing that you can do that I've done. I buy these rechargeable spray cans off of Amazon. They're usually about $12. And if you have a compressor at home, you put about a third or more of this oil, or even if you buy a gallon, and that's what I have, a WD-40, and I bought 2 of these rechargeable spray cans, or whatever you want to call them. I got WD-40 in one, and I have this oil in another. And of course, the thinner the materials are, the better that they spray. But it's nice because they have long pointed tips that are kind of permanently on there. Now that's another good tip for you if you find you're walking around having to spray a bunch of intricate things. I mean, you could do it that way too. Just do an Amazon search, and I'll put a link below, in the description on this video for you to Amazon. And there's many different manufacturers that sell, the rechargeable, compressed air cans. You just simply screw the lid off, fill it like I told you, screw it back on. It has, I think it's got about 125 PSI pop off on there. You can't like overfill it to where it's going to explode or anything. Fantastic little tool to have around if you got a few extra bucks. And like I said, you're doing some detail spraying. Okay, I don't see really any more questions on this. So let's make a little conclusion. All oil is not the same. That's that. It's not. But you can save a hell of a lot of money if you're buying it the way that I'm telling you here. A lot of people, 99% of those surveyed, think it's good oil. I've bought it. I'm using it now. It is damn good oil. I'm curious if somebody out there is an auto mechanic or a technician. Give me an idea in the price below what these small 4 fluid ounces or even the 32 would cost you off of that tool truck. I'm willing to take a gamble at 6 times the price. Save yourself some money, buy yourself another nice tool. Stop overspending on this stuff. This is great oil. I'm the Home Handyman. I hope you click subscribe. Give me a comment. Give me a thumbs up. I'll talk to you in the next video, folks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.